Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your humble host, Save Our Children TV. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe over to my second channel, which is Crime Time. Subscribe over there. Come back to this channel, subscribe, like, turn up the bell on, turn notifications, so you're notified every time I drop a brand new video. I have a couple stories, 4 stories for you guys tonight, and without further ado, let's get into our 4 stories. So I can find a news article on the story, but the story is about a group of thugs who went to go shoot back at their thugs and ended up shooting children with an Uzi, and the ops tried to take out or kill his ops at a gas station. So here is the video. What commentary up there?
It better not be no way in the world in any gangster street is finna go down while these mother kids are standing right here, folks. The charge of this flip. Oh, heck no, man. Come on, man. Fucking kids are standing right here, folks. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children. Come through something. Oh, heck. The charge of this flip. Oh, hell no, man. What the? No.
I don't even know what happened for real. I think little bro just got hit, but all the kids ran but her, folks. It looked like he got hit, bro. That shit crazy as shit, but at least she ain't leave folks' ass on folks. But she probably ain't even know.
Bro, hell no, G.
She
Hell no.
don't know better to run on folks.
Bro, hell no, man.
Okay, after my commentary on this particular video, it seems like it was an orchestrated hit out for the ops. You had a bunch of dudes, obviously, in a vehicle driving. They went to pull up at the ops house to retrieve gunfire with an Uzi, and they started shooting at the people they was beefing with. They started shooting at their children, and the child got shot and was saying, my leg, I can't find my legs. And then moments later, you see the mother coming out to see what was going on. Number one, I don't understand why people involve children and their stupidity. Children who can defend themselves, protect themselves against the evilness around them. The fact that you shoot in the vicinity of about 5 to 10 children, it shows your character. I don't understand why you would even involve children in your beef with somebody. Those children were innocent, and what you did was caused a child to be seriously injured. And the fact that you had no remorse, and the fact that you speed off after shooting a child, and before that, you try shooting at somebody else at a gas station so you couldn't get the relative at the gas station. You go back to the complex and shoot out your vehicle with an Uzi and hit children. It's crazy with people nowadays. You know what I'm saying? There's no accountability, there's no action. And this is why the system is so broken because we're, we're funding and putting money into these establishments, into these gun gun businesses, when we need to take you know these fundings and do something more productive, more positive, in the community. You know what I'm saying? These are innocent children who couldn't defend themselves, speak up for themselves, and the fact that Bush basically and targeted children. It's crazy. But the fact that the story is not getting national attention, it's crazy. Like, comment, subscribe, turn notification bell so you notified when we turn next story. Keep that child in your prayers, thoughts, and well wishes.
You got flies now.
The next day take place in Wharton County, Texas, outside of San Antonio. So Texas takes it in. Here's the victim we're going to be talking about. 2-year-old Texas boy's abuse began days after birth, report says. A 2-year-old boy endured repeated abuse throughout his short life, according to the Fertility Report. Daniel Escamilla's Fertility Report that was released on Tuesday says he died from extensive injury and trauma to the head. Rebecca Hart, Daniel's mother, is charged with capital murder by the boy's father. Eddie Escamilla is charged with child endangerment with bodily injury. The pattern of abuse at the hands of his parents started right after he was born. The Department of Family and Protective Services confirmed to KTRK that on March 13, 2020, they received an allegation of neglect after Daniel tested positive for drugs. A year later, more allegations of physical abuse and neglect were reported. The risk assessment rate (DPS) for Daniel and his two siblings was deemed high on April 27, 2022, just 2 weeks before his death. According to the fatality report, on the day of his death, Daniel had explained injuries all over his body. DPS confirmed that he had not been fed and was forced to sleep in a closet by himself in his filthy home. His brother and sister have since been removed. Hart's bond set at $1 million, while Eddie Escamilla's is $250,000. Number one, they both shouldn't have any type of bond, so it shouldn't be no bond. That's number one. Number two, they used this child for the benefits that they can get for this child. They had other children at home. These parents should have never been allowed to have children. And the fact that this abuse started when he was just born tells me that they did not care for this child. They used and abused this child under their power, and he also needs to be charged with capital murder. It shows evidence that he also took place in the abuse. This is the dude's video.
Tonight at 10, 13 Investigates uncovers new information about the timeline leading up to a 2-year-old's death in Wharton County.
According to authorities, Daniel Escamilla suffered continuous physical abuse leading up to his death in May. His mother and father are now charged. ABC 13 reporter Jessica Willey joins us live with a look at the new report out tonight, laying it all out. Jessica?
Yeah, Gina, the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services released their child fatality report on Daniel Escamilla. Details the state's investigations throughout the toddler's short life, their very first investigation at his birth.
He's just a baby. He was not my baby, but he was like my baby.
Extended family members were devastated by 2-year-old Daniel Escamilla's death. Beaten at his home in May, according to the Wharton County Sheriff's Office, his little body enduring continuous physical abuse. His mother, Rebecca Lynn Hart, in jail, charged with capital murder. His father, Eddie Escamilla, with child endangerment with bodily injury. This new report describes the relentless abuse.
How heartbreaking. And there were multiple chances potentially save this child, and that's not what happened.
My thoughts about this particular story is that these parents only wanted this child for the money, and it's what I said is one previous video. A lot of parents probably need to abuse their children because of the benefits that they can get from the child. And you got so many parents out here that do not need children, and the fact that they continue to have children out of wedlock and then abuse their children, neglect their children, and do all types of heinous things to their children is beyond me. And if it's up to me, both of these parents should have never had children to begin with, because obviously they did not know how to parent a child. Parenting is important to a child, and they failed miserably. But that's the type of world we live in. We live in a type of world people take advantage of their children. And the fact that they have more children, it's a scary thing. That parents is correct. Our next story takes place out of North Carolina. So North Carolina takes that here. North Carolina mom is arrested at hospital accused of killing her 2 and 3-year-old daughters. Her name is Lanice Shaniqua Battle, who's 29. This is her picture. In North Carolina, mom is in custody after police accused her of killing her 2 toddler girls over the weekend. The Relay Police Department announced the arrest of 29-year-old Lanice Shaniqua Battle on 2 counts of murder in connection to the death investigation at a Cary, North Carolina home Saturday. Citing arrest records, WNCNT reports Battle allegedly murdered her 2 daughters ages 2 and 3. Police have not publicly identified the children. The cause of death and the motive of the alleged slayings have also not been released. According to the station, police were called to Duke Relay Hospital Saturday night, where Battle was arrested the following morning. Jail records indicated Battle has been charged with 2 counts of murder. She was denied bond. Attending information for Battle was on by was unclear if she interviewed the judges. Battle is due in court Monday. So, yeah, we have another mother for the children, and you already know people are going to speculate. Oh, maybe they was this, maybe they was stressed out, maybe they was this, maybe it was that. And did this. It would have been known this. He would have been caught crazy. They would have wanted him to go to prison for life. So, again, women does not get the same amount of time that men get. We gotta start holding women and men accountable for their actions that they cause. Going around killing children, and getting money for the benefits. It's unbelievable. These children couldn't speak for themselves. These children couldn't do nothing for themselves against the authority of her parents. And the fact that her parents took advantage of them by killing them. She needs life in prison without parole. She's a danger to herself and the community. If she can go around killing her children, what else can she just capable of doing? Some people don't need children. Like I said in my previous videos, some people don't need children because if this is the way you act, then that means you do not need children because it shows your character. Like, comment, and subscribe, turn the notification bell. Serious suicide. Minnesota takes an Minnesota lawyer is accused of beating his ex-wife to death in front of their kids. One of the children told officials that his parents has been fighting about whether their mother would take them to church, according to court documents. A Minnesota lawyer accused of beating his ex-wife to death in front of the children has been charged with second-degree murder. In New York, witness Tuesday's daily assault to official that his parents had been arguing about whether his mother, Clarissa Adagward, could take the children to church. According to her vote, called Stephen Father in Minnesota's 9th Judicial District Court, and Doris Adagward did not want her to. The child authorities, according to the complaint, child says Prince also fought by his 2-year-old brother, whom his mother was holding during the assault, according to the documents. The couple had 5 children together, beginning in 2013 and discovered last year, according to the court filing. Clarissa Adagward was awarded sole physical custody of the children, and they were both given June. Come on! They go custody. And there's Anders Dagwood was identified in the filing as the state attorney from Mercer County, North Dakota. It was unclaimed. He still worked for the office. A message seeking comment was not immediately returned. According to the statement, the children stayed with the father the night before in the small northern Minnesota city of Warren. The camp opened at 5 p.m. Anders Dagwood grabbed a knife or a spatula and struck his ex-wife when the children sat in charge to authorities. His parents were tackling each other, and he could see that his mother was cut. According to the statement, the boy also saw his father checking his mother, who told him to calm down. The statement said there was another blunder over, and he stepped over his mom. The statement said he said that he did tap on his mother's foot, but she didn't respond to the touch. One of the children got the 2-year-old from the mother and told them flagged down nearby down a passerby who called 911 according to the statement. When deputies arrived at Anders Dagwood's home, he was wearing boxer briefs and upper arm response to the questions. I don't feel right, according to the court documents. It wasn't really clear if he has lawyers to speak on his behalf. Carissa Dagwood was exasperated in Fargo, North Dakota, where she responded to no significant brain function. Her grandmother told NBC affiliate KBLY of Fargo said that she had died. Now,
It still doesn't feel real for Carissa Odegaard's friends.
I can hear her voice making my kids giggle. She's in my mind constant right now. I just still keep thinking I can message her. Like that I can stop by and
All members of the Grand Forks Mom Group that connected them to Carissa 9 years ago now.
okay. Number one. The fact that you beat your wife was an object to the point where she ended up burning it. It's just crazy. But the fact that you did this in front of the children who now have to embed this in their memory for a long time. This ain't going to never be forgotten. For the life of me, I don't understand how, like, if you in a relationship and it gets to the point where it gets dispute, walk away from the situation. If you're in a toxic, dangerous relationship, walk away from that relationship because it's not healthy for you and it's not healthy for your children, for your family, and nobody else. Because anything can happen in relationships. So my advice to people, if you're in a dangerous relationship and you know it's getting rocky, just get out the relationship. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn your notification on and your bells so you be notified every single time I drop a new video. I'll see you guys tomorrow on my Crime Time channel. Peace.